Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 12, Accepting Guidance. I think this is an important topic. I think all these topics are important for different reasons in different ways. And one of the things that's so important about this topic is in our path of coming into wholeness, of new life, of growing to be who we're meant to be, we can oftentimes feel alone. And there's a way that's always going to be true. When it comes down to it, it's between us and the divine and us as the divine. And that's a very solitary path. It's a path that your counsel is really in the privacy of your own soul. That being said, I think we could all give examples of times when, in those very intimate, vulnerable moments, we were guided. We felt as though a presence came that close to us and we were held in some way. Sometimes the guidance is just the being held. Sometimes the guidance is offering direction of a step to move in. Sometimes the guidance is just a sense of being relieved of a burden we may carry. To be guided has many different forms, doesn't it? But what it does seem to connote is that something other than ourselves is providing that support. Usually, we don't refer to our higher selves as the ones guiding us, though I think we could fairly do that. But usually, when we talk about being guided, we're talking about something, whether that force is something greater than ourselves, God, higher power, life force, or whether it's some benevolent entity that is there to assist us in our path. And it poses a lot of really great questions. Why would entities, benevolent entities, care about the intimate turns of our own life? I have always found as I receive guidance that there is a certain joyful lightness in the guidance that I receive. And it is a celebration of actually being a part of my life, but not in a way that's self-centered or turned inwardly as though my life is the center of things and is pooling all of this attention to help me, but rather the opposite, that by the very participation in my life, there is a certain selflessness that comes about. It's as though the guides themselves touch a part of me that awakens my own awareness of being part of a larger whole. What about you with guidance? What's your experience? Let today be a time to reflect upon, relish, remember the different ways that you yourself are guided or have been guided. What has it been like? What has it felt like? Do you have certain ways that you find you are quickly guided, and in other ways you're not guided at all, or it doesn't feel that way? Does the message or the help or the support come in a certain way? These questions are really good ones, not to get analytical, but to reconnect and remember the ways that you're guided so that in all the parts of your life, you may awaken to a certain sense of support. It also comes into our beliefs, and I know I'm posing a lot of open questions here, but I think the open questions are really good ones. Do you have to feel a certain way to be open to guidance? Do you have to feel a certain surrender or holiness or believe in the guidance? Or do you find that you are guided no matter what state you're in? And another way of looking at this is, do you have to accept guidance for guidance to happen? Because guidance is somebody showing up. For instance, let's say I'm here in my office right now, and let's say one of my office mates came in and I needed help moving something, and they're standing right there to help me. I didn't ask them to come in, they were already there. But my opening to their help took it the next step. Are you aware at times that guidance is coming to you, but you're not in a place to be open to it or accept it? In Matthew chapter 2, what strikes me about this early chapters in Matthew's gospel is the innocence with which everyone seems to be acting. And everyone in these passages seems so much about just following guidance. It starts with the Magi. And look, they were guided what? By a star, but they were also guided by their internal wisdom, by a long-standing ancient set of prophecies. They were guided in such a way that they were formed and ready to follow that star. And then after that, Joseph and Mary are guided by an angel to go to Egypt because Jesus' life was in danger. And then after being in Egypt for a while, an angel appeared again and told them that they could go back to Nazareth. So here we've got 3 accounts in a very short chapter of direct guidance happening. And it begs the question to me, the question that has expectation of a certain answer. It begs the question, are we guided in this way at every moment? See if in our meditation you can put aside the buts, the ifs, the ands, the whats, the maybe this but not that. See if we can put aside all of that and open to the possibility that we're actually guided in every moment. Hmm. So let's begin our meditation. I invite you to close your eyes. And as we sit together, whether you're here physically this morning or are meditating with us later in the day, become aware that we are all meditating together. And in this awareness that we are all meditating together across time and space, broaden your awareness to perceive the support of benevolent beings and entities, whether it be things your mind knows like saints or angels, guides, goddesses, gods, ancestors, or whether they're presences that you do not know. Let us together call them in, ask for them to reveal themselves, and awaken to their presence. Keep your focus tending the awareness of the presence of benevolent beings. And if you wish in the silence, if there is something that is weighing on your heart, or even a curiosity in your mind, present it or release it. And today, instead of ending our devotional, I'd like to leave this time open-ended, that we may walk forward with an open conversation and awakening into the presence not just of a life force in which we live and move and have our being, but the mystery of personal connection, personal help, personal support. And let's see if we can peacefully rest in or joyfully move in this awakened awareness. And with that, I invite you to open your eyes. May your day today be one of innocence in this walking being supported. And even in the areas where you feel you're meant to know what to do, see if you can let it be infused with a guidance that's as innocent as the examples we have in Matthew chapter 2. Blessings, my friends.